Nigerian flag at half-mast for 7 days in honor of the victims of the Owo terror attack on Sunday. In a statement by the governor's chief press secretary, Richard Olatunde, Governor Akredolu said the attack on innocent worshippers at St. Francis Catholic Church, Owalua Street, Owo, was a deliberate and calculated assault on the people of the state. The governor said those who unleashed these unprovoked terror attack on our people have tested the collective resolves of residents, and the government will not be deterred in responding appropriately to this dastardly act. In the same vein, Ondo State Governor Oluwatimi Akredolu has expressed shock and dismay over the attack on St. Francis Catholic Church, Owalua in Owo, killing and maiming innocent worshippers. Akredolu, who described the assault as a rape on the people-loving residents of Owo, said it also was sad and unfortunate that the heartless gunmen could descend on the house of God. Our correspondent, Richard Ilesomi, again reports.
Governor Oluwatimi Akredolu, who cut short his stay in Abuja to visit the scene in company of security chiefs and the Bishop of the Diocese of Ondo, in terms of the Institute's Act. The governor, who addressed residents and sympathizers after the visit, expressed shock and said he feels terribly grieved by the incident.
These are the most dastardly act that can ever happen in any society. That it happened in a church, to say the least, is most condemnable. I had to leave Abuja immediately to be here because this is so important. I feel terribly grieved, and I can understand that you are people getting
By describing the attack as a massacre, the governor directed security agencies to fish out the attackers. Akredolu urged people to remain calm, appealed to them not to attack indigents living in the town.
I want to express my condolences to the families, those who have lost dear ones. It's a great massacre, but I want to assure you, our people, not only in Owo, our people in Ondo State, we will not let down our guard. This will not happen again. I'm urging them to take all steps necessary. This must not repeat itself. We cannot bear it again.
He, however, urged them to remain vigilant as government continues to reinvigorate security apparatus in the state to protect lives and properties. Richard Ilesomi, Osrc News.
Residents of our kingdom in Ondo State are still grappling with the reality of the fatal incident that consumed worshippers at St. Francis Catholic Church, Owalua, where casualty figures is yet to be ascertained. It was an unusual day in the first Sunday in the month of June 2022. Worshippers in their finest attire had gone to thank God for preserving their lives without premonition that they were closer to their untimely graves. Richard Ilesomi says the scene is better imagined than experienced.
Behind me is St. Francis Catholic Church, Owalua in Owo, our local government area of Ondo State, where some gunmen killed scores of worshippers and wounded many during church service. The bloodstains of these worshippers still litter the church, but many of them have been evacuated to some of the hospitals. Of course, we've also been to St. Louis Hospital here, where the dead, of course, are deposited in the morgue, and some wounded are also being treated. Some of them are also deposited at the Federal Medical Center in Owo. We've spoken with some people who actually told us that they saw those gunmen, 4 in number, how they invaded this church and eventually killed scores and wounded many who are being treated in various hospitals in the town right now.
Nearby police station, Olo Catholic Church. So mo wá gbé débí, so mo ṣe gbé débí, mo ṣá rí pé àwọn yẹn wọ́n fẹsẹ̀ rìn bọ̀, mo tẹ̀ ń mo kàn ní kí tètè drop ẹni tí mo gbé yẹn bóyá mo lè bóyá wọ́n ọ̀kadà ni pọ̀ ìgbà tí wọ́n ti sọ pé ọ̀kadà yẹn mo wá gbàtẹ̀gbẹ́ wọn on this road kí n tó débẹ̀ yẹn mo wá gbọ́ pé gbogbo ariwo so mo ṣe wá turn back nìyẹn so ká tó ṣe kí ni wọ́n ti gbé mọ́tò wọ́n ti ń lọ àwọn àmọ̀tẹ́kùn ti lé wọn lọ.
I was just even coming from Asalatu, so I'm a Muslim. So on getting to the street, about 10 minutes after then we suddenly begin to have a sporadic gunshot. So everybody begin to run scatter, saying what is happening, where exactly where those gunshots were coming from. So little do we know that it's from the church here, St. Francis Catholic Church.
So getting to that place, I saw massacre. That so many people were killed. Even the whole floor was like a pool of water, blood, where blood is flowing. So I happened to see most of my people are there. Like this woman here, she's my sister. Among them, so many of them.
Also, the people of Owo are yet to recover from yesterday's attack of St. Francis Catholic Church, where scores of worshippers were murdered and many wounded during a service. Streets are deserted, shops and schools are also closed as most residents remain indoors, still nursing the wounds of losing their kinsmen. The national leader of the All Progressives Congress, 6th Jun Tinubu, has paid a condolence visit to the town. Tinubu came in company of former Speaker Yakubu Dogara. Former EFCC Chairman Noah Ribadu was received at the Owo Township Stadium by Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu and members of the State Executive Council and led to the Palace of Olowo. Earlier, the governor led his Executive State counterpart and Chairman, Nigerian Governors Forum, Kaode Fayemi, and the former governor of Ogun State, Ibukunle Amosun, just visited Olowo to commiserate with the monarch and people of the community on the incident. Fayemi described the incident as horrific, called for a concerted effort to tackle insecurity. Also, in response to the murder of worshippers at a church in Owo Kingdom, the Ondo State Police Command confirmed the dastardly act. The police commissioner, Mr. Oyemi Oyediran, who spoke on the occurrence, said men of the explosives ordnance device have been drafted to the scene of the incident. Oyediran appealed to the residents to maintain their cool and not venture into unwholesome behavior capable of jeopardizing the peaceful atmosphere of the state. He assured the people that the police would go the extra mile to arrest the perpetrators and called for useful information to assist security personnel. Still talking about the Owo incident, the Catholic Diocese of Ondo has said all the priests and bishops in the parish are safe and none was kidnapped, as against social media reports. In the statement by the Director of Social Communication, Reverend Father Augustine Eko urged Nigerians to continue to pray for the church. He consoled the families of those whose lives were lost to the distressing incidents. President Muhammadu Buhari has reached to the killing at the Owo Catholic Church, condemning the lawlessness of the suspected terrorist as unprovoked. Buhari, who expressed sadness in a statement by his media aide Femi Adesina, sympathized with the families of the victims, government and people of Ondo State who were made to suffer the trauma of incident. The president challenged security agencies to go after the criminals and ensure that they are pinned down for prosecution to serve as a deterrent measure. He reiterated that the country would not succumb to unnecessary provocation and intimidation, adding that all undesirable elements would be defeated. Also, the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, has paid a condolence visit to Owo over the Catholic Church attack where scores of worshippers were killed yesterday. The Vice President was led to Palace of Olowo by Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, where he conveyed President Buhari's message to the monarch and people of the town. Osinbajo described the incident as shocking, despite Governor Akeredolu's effort at securing the people of Ondo State. Osinbajo, who said President Buhari is grieved over the massive loss of lives, said the federal government will work with Ondo State to better secure the state.
That they will go the way of the law. They will ensure as much as possible that they follow the due process to ensure that all things are resolved positively. Once more, Your Excellency, I want to thank you and to appreciate all that you're doing here in Ondo State. We all call you the Commander-in-Chief of Amotekun, and it's not for nothing that we call you that. We're very grateful to you for all the work that you're doing here. And I think it's exemplary work all across the country, that you're serious about security and that you're doing everything.
Responding, the Olowo Oba Ogunye wants the federal government to flush out the forests of illegal occupants and devolve more powers to states to take care of their security. Also, the national leader of the All Progressives Congress, APC, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has commiserated with the people of Ondo State, the people of Owo, the victims and relatives of those who lost their lives in the massacre at the St. Francis Catholic Church, Owalua Street in Owo. Asiwaju Tinubu, who was received by Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, visited the Olowo Oba Ajibade Ogunye before proceeding to the St. Louis Hospital, where those who survived the mass shooting but sustained injuries are being treated. The former governor of Lagos State, who condemned the unprovoked killings, tasked the federal government to put an end to the festering insecurity in the country. He therefore donated 50 million naira to the government for the treatment of victims and another 25 million naira to the Catholic Church in Owo.
Infinite mercy saved some people. Some people died as a result of it. We pray that they will not die in vain. We pray they will.
In the Owo issue yet, the people of Owo are yet to recover from yesterday's attack of St. Francis Catholic Church, where scores of worshippers were murdered and many wounded during the service. Streets are deserted, shops and schools are also closed as most residents remain indoors, still nursing the wounds of losing their kinsmen. The national leader of the All Progressives Congress, Asiwaju Tinubu, has paid a condolence visit to the town. Tinubu came in company of former Speaker Yakubu Dogara. Former ESCC Chairman Nuri Badu was received at the Owo Township Stadium by Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu and members of the State Executive Council and led to the Palace of Olowo. Earlier, the governor led his state counterpart and Chairman Nigeria Governors Forum, Kaode Fayemi, and the former governor of Ogun State, Ibikunle Amosun, visited the Olowo to commiserate with the monarch and people of the community on the incident. The Pan-Yoruba socio-political group Afenifere has classified the fatal offensive on worshippers at St. Francis Catholic Church in Owo distasteful experience. The National Organizing Secretary of the group, Abagun Kole Omololu, said no matter how long it is, the deadly attackers could only run and not hide before the long arm of the law catches up with them. Omololu called on security operatives and people of Ondo State to be vigilant and urged residents not to take laws into their hands, as such action could degenerate into a state of anarchy. Afenifere commiserate with the government and people of Ondo State, the Catholic Church, the Olowo, as well as the people of the kingdom. The All Progressives Congress, APC, is set to conduct its presidential primary election at a special convention holding at the Eagle Square, Abuja, between Monday and Wednesday. The exercise presents the party with the task of electing a candidate for the 2023 presidential election. In this report, Kunle Ario looks at the build-up amidst intrigues of the primary election.
No fewer than 2,340 delegates of the All Progressives Congress, APC, holds the 4 ACs as they seek to elect candidates and successor of President Muhammadu Buhari at the Eagle Square in Abuja. The 2,340 delegates consist of 3 from each of the 774 local government areas in the country and 6 area councils in the Federal Capital Territory, though political pundits say it is a straight fight between the national leader of the party, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and the incumbent Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo. 23 aspirants were screened by the John Odige Oyegun-led screening committee. Those screened were the former governor of Lagos State, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, Senate President Ahmed Lawan, Ekiti State Governor Kayode Fayemi, the immediate past Minister of Niger Delta Affairs Godwill Akpabio, Governor of Kogi State Yahaya Bello, and the former Speaker of the House of Representatives Dimeji Bankole also appeared before the screening committee are Tienjak Rish, Ogbonaya Onu, former Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation, Cross River State Governor Ben Ayade, former Minister of Information Ike Obasi, former Minister of Transportation Rotimi Amechi, former Minister of State for Education Emeka Nwajuba, and the Governor of Ebonyi State Dave Umahi. Other presidential aspirants screened were Ahmed Yerima, former Governor of Zamfara State, Senator Ibukunle Amosun, former Governor of Ogun State, Oji Kennedy, only female aspirant, Pastor Tunde Bakari, Nicholas Felix, Ken Nnamani, former President of the Senate, Professor Ajayi Borofis, Deputy Senate Leader, and Mohammed Abubakar Badaru, Governor of Jigawa State.
I want you to realize first and foremost that the only family I have politically is my party, which is APC. And I will not, they say charity begins at home. I will never be a problem to my party.
The state people will take part in a race, only one will obtain the crown. By the grace of God, we hope to obtain the crown. And like I said inside there, whoever obtains the crown, if it's me, I expect others to support me. If it's any of them, will support. This house will not be divided against itself. Because it must take on the PDP and ensure it does not return to power.
If our party has identified the best alternative that will enable us to do well in the general election, I will support it. Call it consensus, call it anything.
Of the 23 presidential aspirants screened, 7 are from the south-west, 5 from the south-south, 7 from the southeast, 1 from the northeast, 2 from northwest, and 1 from the north-central. However, while submitting the report of the panel on Friday, Odige Oyegun said 10 aspirants had been disqualified. Most of these presidential aspirants had and are still willing delegates to nominate them as APC presidential candidate. President Muhammadu Buhari on Saturday night met with the aspirants and urged them to consult and come up with a formidable candidate.
This meeting is a continuation of the ongoing consultative process aimed at ensuring a smooth and strategic emergence of a flag bearer who will lead the APC to a resounding victory in the upcoming presidential polls.
Though APC did not officially zone its presidential ticket to the south, aspirants from the north had stepped down after 11 northern APC governors came out with a resolution backing a southern presidency. The Ondo State Governor and Chairman of APC in the southern region, Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, has also been vocal on the imperative of the party presenting a southerner to retain the #1 seat in Nigeria. As politics and intrigues continue within the ruling party, Nigerians will be looking forward to who the delegate will elect as a standard bearer among the gladiators. To know who the car fits in APC, it is a matter of 48 hours. Kunle Aruyo, OSRC News.
World Environment Day is held annually on the 5th of June since 1973 through the leadership of the United Nations Environment Programme, UNEP. The largest global platform for environmental public outreach is celebrated by millions of people across the world. In these reports, Joy Pius examines the level of attention given the environment and what can be done to salvage the environment as the world celebrates this year's World Environment Day with the theme, Only One Earth.
Every year since 1973 in all countries across the world, World Environment Day is observed on June 5. This day is celebrated to encourage awareness and environmental protection. According to United Nations, World Environment Day was developed as a platform to raise awareness on the problems facing our environment, such as air pollution, plastic pollution, illegal wildlife trade, sustainable consumption, sea level increase, and food security, among others. And the day also provides people with an opportunity to broaden the basis for an enlightened opinion and responsible conduct by individuals, enterprises, and communities in preserving and enhancing the environment. There are lots of environmental factors caused by human activities which are prevalent in Nigeria, and enough is not done to protect the earth through these activities.
Human activities has caused a lot of hazard to the environment, starting from deforestation, waste management, we're disposing of our waste. You see someone coming all the way from Horita Obele, going to Oja to go and dump his waste over there. These are some human activities which are causing harm in our environment. And if we are assessing them human activities, it looks as if we are not still there.
According to health experts, the interactions between human and environment affects global health and human lifespan.
Human interaction, our behavior, our activities, our jobs, everything we do affects the environment. A good environment, good in quotes, where you have good supply of oxygen, good supply of air that is healthy, not air that is polluted with smoke, with odor, with so many hazards. Because of our own activities, we discover that the lifespan of human beings are reduced.